so that you all understand what they call Solomon's shield, or the Star of Dawood, the insignia of the Moorish nation, and you see a pyramid up and a pyramid down, and they're put together in balance. Hex Alpha is what you call Solomon's shield, or the Star of Dawood, or some say the Star of David. It's Dawood. That's the emblem of the ancient Moabite Moorish nation. Equilateral triangle that they teach you in school, mathematics, geometry. 120 degrees, 120 degrees, 120 degrees is what? 360. All right. A square is what? 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. A circle is what? And they're all equaling 360, aren't they? So you put the dual trine together, as it is above, so shall it be below. You got 720, don't you? But that's your birthright, isn't it? It ain't no mystery, and it ain't complicated, is it? Just tell it like it is. But it belongs to you. You understand? Now, persons who belong to secret societies are told these things so that they're not caught in the mysteries of the dragons. That's their advantage, because they know better, meaning they're not spooked. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Therefore, they can, what you call, navigate the earth plane. How do you navigate the earth plane? With a compass and a square. Here's your square, and there's your circle. That's why they say Jesus was a carpenter.
Because you give up your birthright easily, and then going to tell them what Jesus wants, and then put them up in the grand houses that you build as a Roman, as a European, when you know he had dreadlocks. Moabite, Canaanite blood, look just like you and me. And Moabite is the ancient name for Moors, your same bloodline that you deny. And we are them Jews too. And not them Yiddish who are claiming to be Jews but are not. We just don't use it because he's using it.
You got to understand what it's really saying. And then you take that same cross here, and you got Hex Alpha. You understand? You got to know what you're looking at. Great Masonic secret. See this pyramid? See that eye on that pyramid? Separate, right? Did you notice that Hex Alpha is above the head of that bird? Mm-hmm. This is Hex Alpha. Did you notice that? That them 13 stars formulate Hex Alpha, right, called the Shield of Solomon? Huh? Oh yeah, but you handle it every day, don't you? Huh? All right, now let's look at that pyramid. Let's look at that pyramid. With the eye. And let's bring that eye to the earth. We talked about physics earlier today. Do you notice how this graphics defies the law of physics? Tell me. There it is right in front of your face. You see that pyramid? The sun shines in the east and casts a shadow in the west, doesn't it? In violation of the law of physics, the shadow continues underneath the pyramid on the sand. Did you pay attention to that? And on top of that, there's an acacia bush growing in the east corner. So let's bring this light, or this pyramid, to the earth, and you'll see this. That's the seal of the Logos. Anybody who knows anything about ancient religion, that's the Logos, or what is called the Master Seal, or Circle 7. That's the 7th seal in your face. See how they talk to you in numismatics? You handle numismatics every day, and they're still talking to you. You get the signals of the Wizard of Oz, they're still talking to you. But they know if you can't read or if you don't know what's around, you're blind. You get the point? Right. So I'm just showing you how things are operative around you and why secret societies exist for those who govern, those who rule, those who make law, those who screw over you, know what's really up while they give you belief systems. Oh, they change every 2 years though, but that's what y'all get. All of your geometric shapes and geometric forms like hex alpha, as pentagram, etc., that people refer to as an example, Shield of Suleiman, and others would refer to it as the Jewish star, etc. All of this stuff is ours. And keep in mind, Jew is a contemporary word, absolutely contemporary, has no ancient origin in the sense that people know it. Mm-hmm. It traces back to Saba. That's a way that the priesthood has also used to bury Canaanite Moabite culture. And so even when you're looking at Islam as an example, Islam is also Saba. All of that traces back to what is called the Sufi, which means just like the Sufi philosophies, mm-hmm. which is the Gnostic philosophies, which is the Hermetic philosophies. The principle of correspondence, and you know this commonly in your metaphysical and spiritual instruction as above, so below, and as below, so above, etc. And this is symbolized by the Egyptian symbol of hex alpha, which you see the pyramid up and the pyramid down in balance, and is also sometimes referred to as Suleiman's shield or hex alpha, etc. And so the principle of correspondence, and this principle embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomena of the various planes of being and life. The old Hermetic axiom ran in these words: as above, so below, as below, so above. And the grasping of this principle gives one the means of solving many dark paradoxes and hidden secrets of nature. And there are planes beyond our knowing, but when we apply the principle of correspondence to them, we are able to understand much that would otherwise be unknowable to us. And this principle is of universal application and manifestation on the various planes of the material, mental, and spiritual universe. It is a universal law. And the ancient Hermeticists considered this principle as one of the most important mental instruments by which man was able to pry aside the obstacles which hid from view the unknown. Its use even tore aside the veil of Isis to the extent that a glimpse of the face of the goddess might be caught, just as a knowledge of the principles of geometry enables man to measure distant suns and their movements while seated in his observatory. So a knowledge of the principle of correspondence enables man to reason intelligently from the known to the unknown, studying the monad. He understands the archangel. The background of the culture beyond the symbolism is the same. And it is the Moors, the ancient Moabites, who founded religion, which is the study of the workings of nature. And so,
the workings of nature?
Yes. That's what cosmology is. And that is religion. And everything else they've been telling people is religion is not religion. Religion is the study of the cause and effect workings of nature, i.e. the zodiac. You understand? And this is the reason why the anatomy, and also when it says, you know, man, know thyself, all right? And so you take a different view when you look at, say, as an example in chapter 5, circle 7, right? And then you deal with even in like in the church, they talk about Jesus was a carpenter, right? And then that's the pivot, right? And then you see the square, right? What the priests know, this is what the priests know. You see? It's exile. It's the law. You understand? So when Masons use our symbol, which is ours, is ancient. Some people who don't know, who think that they, Jews, Christians, Muslims, etc., don't know it belongs to them. So one of the keys to rulership is that they keep the people divided amongst each other by not teaching them the truth of symbolisms, nor their true origin, and also keeping the divisions going on. And that's why they promote beliefisms and keep the people on the level of belief. And if they rise a little bit, they give them some faith, and that's where they lock them. But they already know that all the masters know that that is shunned. It is no different than when you go into the ritual of ablution, when you want to make salat. The ablution represents, by symbolism, you getting the dirt off of you or coming with a clean mind. But the real ritual is only symbolic of you shedding your beliefs and shedding faith and walking to fruition when one man and Allah are one. You see? That's what that really means. That's what the ritual means. But yet that's not what's taught. And the ritual has become the religion. And we've perfected the rituals, and the truth or the science behind them have gone lost except amongst the leadership. And rather than clean the people up, they have them breaking into a whole bunch of sects, even divided against themselves so they can control and live off of it. And the devil is the myth that they've created to keep the people fighting the mystery while they live off the wealth of people in the physical plane. While discouraging the people to recognize that by always referring to the spirit realm not being of this world. Meanwhile, you've been taking all your stuff now. You understand what I'm saying to you? And they're doing it in the churches, in the mosques, and the synagogues to different degrees. They're doing the same thing. And yet all of them, so when our people see somebody say they're Muslim, they think that they don't relate to this. It's a lie. You understand? When they see somebody that say there's a Jew and he don't relate to the crescent and star, that's a lie. They do certain things for the public, but in secret they got all 5 symbols. I saw law and master. And secretly the master seal. And the master seal is, of course, that glyph. When you see that glyph, and that's the master seal with 3. That's the master seal. And of course, you know in physics and geometry that this is the glyph of the earth, or what is called the mundane cross. Now these things are redundant, but they're important for you to understand, because when you see this, you also recognize Circle 7. You, the masses who pay the bills, are never told this, because it would free you. You know how the Nazarene would say, know ye the truth and the truth will set you free? Because the truth will remove the middleman, won't it? Huh?
That's why you never told this. You understand? You just pay the bill.
And then study for yourself, and then study for yourself, and then study for yourself,